What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and we're going to be jumping into some weekend league gameplay, and we're going to be talking about some of the craziest EA cheeses that goes on. Now, for me, my EA cheese is the fact that, once they put out that Joe Thomas, and, the nasty streak is there, and everybody knows the left tackles can go to tight end, it's on and popping. So, pretty much, a lot of people were doing it, and it was like, all right, cool. Like, I played like 4 or 5 guys that were doing it. I'm like, oh, okay, this kind of works a little bit. But them dudes was garbage, and I had to figure out how to stop it first. Because in order to stop it, there's a couple things you have to do. Because obviously it's an automatic win versus the linebacker or the cornerback. So you got to be very, very careful with that. I am going to be giving you guys more insight into that, especially the members on my YouTube channel that are subscribed as members to the channel. You guys will be getting some insight into that soon. But yeah, it's very, very easy to stop. But if you don't understand what your opponent is doing with it, like myself, it becomes very, very wild, and it can definitely destroy everything about you. So that's one of the things that I'm going to talk about also, because like I said, if something works in the game, you got to be able to utilize it to your best ability. But when you're doing what EA asks you to do, like get better players, put certain chemistries on, put certain abilities, and it just doesn't work, that's an issue. Like this right here, this has been going on for like 3 or 4 years, right? Do you see what Okoye is doing? No matter what is happening, Okoye refuses to block the guy in front of him. That's been going on for a very, very long time. So there's different levels of cheese. You see what I'm saying? Because when your team just doesn't do what they're supposed to do, and you have the best player at that position, just take a look at that. All right? Now, in real football, that guy is getting pummeled. He's going to get smashed right down to the ground. But for some reason, EA has some kind of thing going on where they're like, you know what? I'm scared of that guy. He got cooties. Like, I'm not going to touch that guy. Like, what exactly is going on right now? You put out these cards, impact block, run block, all these kind of block with all them leaves on them. Shout out to the dudes that know about my cousin Vinny. But I'm going to tell you this right now. It's really, really crazy the way that they just refuse to block anybody in front of them. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, I'm going to be getting up to the next part right now, which is something that aggravates me beyond belief. And when it was first put into the game, I was wondering, like, are they trying to just troll us? Like, what exactly are they doing? You know what I'm saying? But it's coming later in the video, but I'm pretty sure you guys can guess it. Stop putting out guesses about what the next thing I'm going to talk about is. Because it's been going on for about, when did they bring it into the game? I think they brought it into the game in Madden 17. That's the hint, all right? And Madden has never been the same, because what happens is, no mechanic is perfect. Well, I can't really say that, because in certain games, it's just really, really good. Like, certain games are just good, like God of War for PS4. Like, it had some bugs, but very, very minor ones. It's just a really, really good game. And the things that they had in the game worked as intended. I guess we just got to point to Madden, bro. Like, let me just point it to Madden. The abilities and the mechanics and the things that they put into the game, some of it appears like it's not tested properly, and then they put it out there, and then all kinds of weird things start happening, and then they go to patch what they put in there, and then they make everything worse. Does that make any sense? Like, if you've been playing Madden for a while, you understand what I'm saying. So what happens is you put out a mechanic that's supposed to help what people are complaining about, and then in doing that, it causes other type of chaotic nonsense, and then you have to patch that chaotic nonsense, because we have social media, and Reddit is there, Twitter, all this stuff is going on, and you got to be able to explain what's going on. So you then patch it, and then you bring back more ridiculousness. And that's what's been happening year after year after year. Usually, like, old school Madden players like myself, we know when Madden was released, we got that Madden, and that was it. With the exception of the QB walk. And everybody that talks to me, I always tell them that. They're like, yo, Gmias, what's the worst glitch ever in the history of Madden? And it was the QB walk. You just walked right through the team and scored. Like, there was no defense to that. Like, you have the nanos that... The last nano that I remember in a Madden was probably Madden 2002 or something, where it was just a nonstop, where you just blitzed everybody. Like, the dude just came right in. It was like 0.1, 0.2 seconds. Like, that's the last time I've seen a nano. Like, everything else you've been able to deal with in every other Madden, like, whatever was going on, you just had to know that it was coming, and that was pretty much it. But as far as the worst thing ever in any Madden, it was Madden 09 with that QB walk. One of the worst things ever to happen in the game at any time. And pretty much what happened after that, I don't think we've seen anything like that since. We've had, crazy A-gap, B-gaps in Madden 16, stuff like that. But I've never in my life experienced anything like the QB walk. But that just goes to say that if you put it along those lines, they've gotten better, is what my point is. Like, that they've recovered pretty well after that situation, because that was wild. Now, as we go forward, we're about to lead up to what happens right now. So pretty much this right here, the bad timing ball hawk, the bad timing user pick, it's not bad enough that they tell us in a bar that it's a bad timing when we know we timed it. It's the fact that it's just so inconsistent, and no matter how you really do it, they're not going to catch the ball. Now, I'll give them this. Cornerbacks don't usually, or, you know, secondary players, they don't usually catch the ball. Like, I'll give EA Sports that. My issue is if you have players with abilities that say that they're supposed to be able to, you know, like with Lurker, you know, higher chance at this, higher chance at that, whatever, better jumping ability, it makes sense that they would be able to, you know, more than other players be able to intercept the ball. So that just goes back to like certain things like long range Deadeye. It's certain abilities that absolutely 100% just don't work. But with everything that goes on in the game, it's just one other thing. Like, this dude had the streak because Dion is sitting there like an idiot waiting for, why is Dion just, bruh, well, actually that is my zone. Yeah, he's supposed to be going straight back, but that is my zone. But anyway, like I wasn't really watching it because like as the play was going on, I knew that he was going to be trying to get the ball off a little bit faster. Right here, he goes, you know, he obviously throws it to, you know, throws the drag route. He has the streak going on the left side that time, and he just continues to do whatever he wants. But as I was going through the game, it was making me think like, you know what? You can play a lot of different coverages just because these guys come out with these stationary quarterbacks, dog. Like, it's really, really weird, but these guys, anybody that can get Hot Route Master, I would urge you guys to get them. It doesn't really matter. Whoever, okay, yeah, catch the ball while my guy's catching it. Whatever, bro. I'm going back to that situation. I understand the whole thing about escape artists, and we've been going back and forth about Andrew Luck, and yeah, bro, Gmi, you were making bad reads. You guys don't understand, bro. Like, dudes have to run around like idiots to get dudes open in this game. Except for that, with the out routes. The out routes, I was just leaving it wide open. That time I put the underneath guy in the flat, and obviously he had the route combination of having the guy, you know, go into the flat with the guy with the out route. That's always gonna work, no matter what. But with everything else that goes on with the game, you have to understand that there's certain things within the game that you have to be very, very careful about. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you have to be 100% careful with the way that you maneuver and what you do. Because if you do not pay attention to the little things, bro, you'll get dominated. Like right now, this dude is moving the ball, even though he threw 2 picks, which I slowed down and reversed and back it up. Like, bro, I gave you guys all of the visuals to let you guys understand. This goes on in like every single game. And like I said, they're trying to make the game more realistic, but it's to a fault though. Because when we could pick the ball no matter what in the older Maddens, it gave everybody more of a sense that the game was more competitive because you lurked it, you deserved it. EA is saying, nah, they don't usually pick the ball like that, so you should drop some, which is true in their opinion, like in my opinion. It is true. You know what I'm saying? Like, they do, you know, drop the ball a lot. We see it all the time. Dudes drop wide open picks. But again, with this whole formulation of abilities, bro, if I got Lurker on, yo, I want crazy animations and I want interceptions. I don't care if I'm running around like it's Madden 16 holding Y. Like, I want the interception, but that's just me though. But it don't really matter. I understand that happens. But the one thing that I was happy about is that he didn't go, you know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't continue after that drive to get, you know, to continue to get throw picks and get away with it. You're gonna see in the next drive why the game's gonna end. Like, bro, oh, okay, let me go for 6. You're gonna see that this guy's gonna calm down because we're gonna actually start playing coverage. You know what I'm saying? We'll start playing coverage and doing certain things, and you know, we'll see that it's different. Yo, bro, that boy Joe Thomas, and they did tune him, by the way. Joe Thomas has been tuned. You will notice that with Nasty Streak, now when he throws some guys down, he will automatically fall down as well. Why doesn't he take the deep post? I mean, not the deep post, the deep streak. Because I keep leaving it open to see if he's going to throw it so I could backpedal and run after it. Right there, I put Dion more closer to him so he was able to run with him all the way up the field. And like, just playing basic coverages will lock guys up like this because it's not much that they can do. But again, I'm just sending this dude off the edge anyway. It don't matter. He's once Julius Peppers is, you know, once he gets activated, it's GG. So let me know what your worst EA cheese is and what you think EA should patch in the next upcoming patch. I don't think they should patch the game at all, just leave it the way it is, but they're gonna patch it. And wild things are gonna happen after it's patched. But it is what it is. I just wanna know your wildest EA cheese. I got mine, which is the left tackle at tight end. What's yours? I'm gonna see you guys and girls next time. One love, y'all.